What are your insights on account passwords?
So we've got some interesting survey results out of the UK's Cybersecurity Center, survey that they did over there, and the results are fairly interesting. So what we've got here in 2019, interestingly, there's a large percentage, 37% of respondents felt that getting mugged online was pretty much inevitable these days. Most of the population primary concern is losing money online, and yet over 90% of the population is still buying stuff online, in which we're not discouraging, but you got to take some steps to make sure that you stay secure when you're doing so. Some interesting numbers here. Using passcodes and PINs to unlock smartphones and tablets. Only 70% of the population over there of respondents is doing that. It should be 100%. It's really easy to set up on all the phones. Make sure you've got that set. If you lose your phone, there's no passcode, then somebody's got the keys to your digital world. Make sure you got those phones locked up. Strong passwords that are separate from other passwords for your main email account, only 55%. Again, can't keep reusing passwords all over the internet. You got to have some different passcodes, particularly for privileged information, stuff that's got financial information, your company access codes. You cannot reuse those company access codes on other stuff like social media and your personal stuff. Big no-no there. We've got only 25% of respondents are using two-factor authentication. I think in the coming next 12 to 24 months, you're going to see a huge push on two-factor authentication. Two-factor authentication means you have something you own and something you know to unlock access into an account. So you have an app on a phone that you get a number off of to put in addition to a PIN code is a common one. Little RSA, the little random number generators from RSA and other places are good. I've got one of those for my eBay account. I've got a little random number generator, so when I log in, I got to put in my username, my password, and my random number off my random number generator. 3 pieces of information then to log in and make sure that it's me. Don't want anybody else in my account. And then only 14% of respondents are using a password manager. Again, this really needs to be a lot higher percentage. There's some really good ones out there on the market. They're free for home use for the most part. Most of them have a paid enterprise edition that you can upgrade to. These just make sense. With the number of passwords, the number of systems that an average employee has to know at a company is somewhere around 50 to 60 passcodes on average. Sounds like a huge number, but when you start thinking about it, it's easy to get there. Having a tool where you have a master passcode that you change frequently, that's something that you can remember. Everything else stored in the password manager. Let the password manager generate hard passwords for all those sites that you can't memorize yourself. And you're going to be a lot better off. If something gets compromised, you've got one password to change instead of trying to remember all the places that you used, Fluffy7 or whatever your favorite password is across the internet. You're always going to forget some site, some place that's using that old password. So just some interesting feedback from this survey out of the UK National Cybersecurity Center.